with guitar, as soon as you hold one, whether it's old, new, you know, or whatever, I always want to know what's the story it has to tell. When you grab an old guitar, right, I think about like how many songs it knows, or the places it's been, or the places it's traveled, or the things it's seen, just like a human being. And when you grab a new guitar, it's kind of the same thing. You know, what's it going to say to you? What's it going to let out of you? What expression are you going to be able to conjure with it? And that's the romance for me with playing guitar. Every time I play a guitar, it always feels home for me. You know, it just is the one thing that I've known for a long time, and I'm very, very thankful that, you know, these exist. Growing up in Detroit is, you know, obviously that's Detroit Rock City. As a kid growing up, I had a very fruitful, I guess, palette to pick from. I wanted to obviously, you know, be Ace Frehley and Angus Young and Randy Rhoads. Those were my three guys. And the one common denominator with those three guys was they all had this on their headstock. By the time I was 16, I probably had, you know, 3 original bands and at least 2 cover bands, and playing all the time. And Detroit's a pretty tough town. I was playing in my cover band one night, and a guy came up and asked if I would want to come over and record on, you know, into a computer, which at this time was kind of an unheard of thing, was recording into a computer. Like, what, you can do that, you know? It ended up being recording for a then just kind of getting known hip-hop artist called Eminem. Led to 3 amazing years with a true genius. So, through doing sessions and playing in different groups and different bands and stuff like that, I met my singer Danny, and we formed a group in 2011 called We Are Harlot. And we wanted to go back again to our roots of rock and roll. It never changes when you're 16 years old and you're in the garage and your mom's flicking the lights because, you know, you're playing too loud or it's past midnight or whatever it is. You always kind of want to go back to what is truly in your heart or in your soul or in your musical heart or soul. So we started Harlot and went back and said, we're going to do a 70s rock band in 2013, and it worked. I'm here today checking out the beautiful 61 SG Standard in vintage cherry. Kind of like rock and roll, my love affair always went back to Gibson guitars for some reason. Maybe it was because the way it felt when I played one, or maybe it was because my heroes used them. Maybe it's the horns, you know, the devil horns they call them, or what it is. Maybe, you know, I would see that and I'd be like, you know, there's something kind of rock and roll and maybe a little dark or scary about that, but I want that, you know, that as a kid enticed me. And then as I grew up, you know, like to be able to access the higher frets and, you know, the lightweight and just the way it felt, and it resonates. You play a chord and it shakes, you know, like I said, it shakes the whole guitar in your body and you feel it hitting you in the ribs, and that whole thing with the Gibson SG worked for me. So, you know, this guitar originally came out in 1960-61, and it's never changed, really. Incredible grain all over this, one-piece mahogany all the way through. The 61 SG has the slim tapered neck, so it's a little bit more of an ease for faster playing, but it's just such a comfortable feeling guitar neck. The sonic brutality coming out of this guitar are from the 61R and the 61T Burstbucker pickups. Super clear sounding, super punchy, super vibrant, everything you'd want in a Gibson SG. One of the facets of this guitar I love is I've always been a tailpiece and Tune-O-Matic guy. For me, doing like a lot of country bends and things like that, I love this tuning stability that you get with it. It's unparalleled. You can pretty much beat the heck out of this thing and it's gonna hold tune. So one of the things that I've always found that's mind-boggling with a Gibson SG is the amount of styles of music that can be performed or played on this guitar. I mean, we've had so many legends, from the great Duane Allman playing blues and slide to, as we talked about before, with Angus and Tony Iommi. Not only do you have 2 volumes and 2 tones and a rhythm and treble, of course, you know, picked, but just you can pretty much, it's a sonic teleportation device to get whatever is in your head out. And I've just always found that that is a really magical aspect of a Gibson SG. To see Gibson and the way that they are making these instruments now is just unbelievable. It's the first time that I've been able to feel a new guitar that feels as amazing as a 50-year-old guitar. It felt right in my hands, and immediately I didn't want to let go of it, and all the things that are very important if you love guitar playing as much as I do. So yeah, I'm very honored and very thankful to be a part of what Gibson is doing and to be able to play these majestic guitars. It's a true honor.